Breaking news. Find ways to mitigate inflation advised by SMEs. Addition cost will further burden the rakyat, say business groups. Petaling Jaya, the business fraternity wants the government to have long and short-term plans to mitigate higher prices due to inflation fueled by the COVID-19 pandemic. Among them is to defer the increase in electricity tariff surcharge for commercial and industrial users and the implementation of raising the minimum wages to Rm 1,500 from the current Rm 1,200 by the end of the year. While most businesses are still struggling to recover, they said any additional cost burden would eventually be passed on to consumers, further aggravating the increase in prices and inflation. SME Association of Malaysia President Ding Hong Sing said the recent worldwide price hike happened due to many factors brought about by the pandemic. These factors include the rise of logistics cost and freight container rates, increased commodity and raw material prices, energy issues and foreign labor shortage. The price increase will not just be on food items. It does not make sense for businesses to keep absorbing the cost and make losses. However, it is also not good when both costs and selling are high. Government subsidies are good but only as a temporary measure. Therefore, it is important to find a better solution with the government helping producers and manufacturers tackle the high-cost problems, he said. Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers (FMM) President Tan Sri Sothian Lai also shared the same sentiment, saying things should wait until the economy stabilizes and the industries recover from the COVID-19 impact. Industries face an array of challenges while struggling to recover as operations return to some level of normality amid the continued risks from the pandemic. Based on a recent FMM survey, so said the largest increases in cost components were due to raw materials and logistics costs, especially freight and warehouse costs, followed by parts and packaging costs, and labor, due to raw materials shortage. We will need various government bodies to intervene to ensure that inflation is under control, particularly on essential items. It is critical there is no additional cost burden on the industries, he said, adding that any further cost pressures can derail their business recovery and growth. So said the electricity surcharge had increased electricity bills between 13.7% and 15.8% for low-voltage industrial users, mostly SMEs, while medium and high-voltage industries saw a hike of 18.4%. Early notification was not given to allow industries to adequately adjust for the imposition of the surcharge, which led to increased production cost. The government should defer the surcharge for industries, preferably until the global supply chain constraint has eased, and the commodity prices normalized, he said. So also urged the government to consider a more gradual adjustment to the minimum wage rate and to consider the impact on multi-stakeholder. On January 29, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Peter reminded companies and industries not to raise the prices of goods, although their electricity bills are expected to increase following the loss of rebates and the imposition of a surcharge. He said the government had spent over Rm1 bill in subsidies to industrial and commercial companies before this, and this subsidy concept is flawed, as it benefited larger companies and not the targeted groups such as the poor. End of breaking news. Dated the 8th of March 2022, extracted and modified from open printed sources. PS, by the way, are you pleased with this week's bulletin? I hope you do. As for myself, it is very encouraging. You ask, why? These true down-to-earth reporting and recommendations by business fraternity, like SME Association of Malaysia, Federation of Malaysian Manufacturers (FMM), and the Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Peter can indeed help to the resumption of businesses' success and social activities in the days to come. In turn, we as responsible sales and marketing professionals can really reduce inflation, thus alleviating Malaysia's poor economic situations. True or not? Moreover, with the various organizations' concerted efforts and ourselves, we can without a shadow of doubt, will certainly help permanently to resolve our 2 years or more of poor business situations. Period. PS. Please give us a thumbs up. Also do subscribe to our channel, so you would not miss out any of our practical and useful video clips. We love your feedbacks to improve the quality of our weekly bulletin. Thanks a million. We, Madam Florence and CTM Joseph, hope to meet you next week again in our next weekly bulletin. Yes, thanks a million.